Welcome to Fairfax with Fairfax. Follow us on our pilgrimage to the new world on YouTube, Keith Fairfax Comedy, Facebook, Keith Fairfax, and Instagram, Mr. Fairfax.
It's December 1st, and this is Keith Fairfax, and you're listening to Fairfax with Fairfax. And I'm here with Joe.
What?
Winchell. How's it going?
Doing good. Feeling good. I really like that. That's really good.
It's
That's
pretty good stuff.
That's
Yeah.
some unlicensed music. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like some common ass shit.
Yeah, for this is like their homepage. You know what I mean? It's like this is their throwaway stuff.
It does sound like I should be like in a waiting room looking at a very fancy fish like aquarium, like waiting for.
You know, it had a cool album cover, like it was Drake or some shit. So I was like, oh, let me see what it's like. Some type of bird flying over a mountain.
Like a very calming image.
Yeah. So you know what? Now I think about it as a common image.
It was like Pure Moods when I was a kid. Pure Moods, it's
Right.
just like a painting of a sun.
It looks like an Evian bottle with a raven flying atop it. Right.
This looks like an Evian bottle. That's great.
So how was your Thanksgiving, man?
It was low key, but it was good. We had like a drive-through Thanksgiving because it was just me and my mom and my sister. Like we had dinner, right?
Okay.
And which like my mom like overdid herself because she cooked like a full Thanksgiving, like because she, I'm like, you don't need to do all of this, and she was like, whatever. So we had like all this food. We have all this food now, but so we had our backyard. Like my relatives would like come by and they'd like come in the backyard and like hang out and everything like after dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it was weird. It was fine, My cousin Stacy got so drunk she tap danced and fell into a ditch.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
She said she tap danced.
She was talking about how she's hammered, and she was just like, I was taking tap dance lessons, and it's weird because like
Was she talking about as a kid, or she's currently?
No, she's like 45.
But she's currently.
Because I feel like most housewives, like eventually you take like there's just a point where you just like I'm taking a class.
Oh, I hear you on that.
You know what I mean? She's in that phase of her life, you know. And she was talking about it, and she was talking about how the teacher's like, "You're really good. Have you done this before?" And like she's hammered.
Yeah.
And then she proceeds to do the tap dance routine, and falls right like hockey fell, like bam, slap on her face and everything, like not on her ass, like just face planted. We all laughed.
Is she a large woman?
No, like she's mid-sized.
Oh, okay.
No, she's not a large woman, but I feel like when you face plant, like it just sounded like a plank of wood hitting the ground.
Wakes you up.
Yeah, it does. But she was on there for a minute. I was convinced she was knocked out for about 10 seconds because we couldn't get her off the ground.
It'll be a funny story for around the holidays from here on out.
I'm just happy I don't drink like that anymore.
Yeah, remember the time you face planted?
Isn't that what the holidays is all about? Watching your relatives get drunk and do something stupid, though.
Yeah, that would be would have been a normal one. But like you said, this one was weird too. We ordered.
Yeah, how'd you do? How was your?
I just hung out briefly with my mom. We got a takeout. We got like the.
Did you get like one of the Thanksgiving like dinners?
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Yeah, we got like a Tekashi 6ix9ine Thanksgiving dinner. I'll tell you that story in a second.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah, we got a Thanksgiving dinner, and it was really nice. They really did it.
Yo,
It was
some of those takeout. I used to work at a place that did that. Like I missed a couple Thanksgivings to work, and some of those meals are pretty good.
Yeah, it was like that lady in the church that had yams, potatoes, greens, beans, hogs, mogs. Like they literally had everything. You name it. They had. It was like a little bit of everything in there. It was pretty good. Yeah, for like
Not bad.
$60.
So you were like low key, right?
Yeah, low key. Yeah,
That's kind of what we were. Like I said, everybody just kind of rolled for like 20 minutes in the backyard. I was in bed by like 9. I did get wasted with my sister after that, though.
Then we had a family Zoom call, and I didn't take part in it, but I just listened as just I actually have a bit about like black family Zoom calls and just the lack of. I'll try to figure it out now on the fly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come in late and then try to figure out something.
Figure Zoom out.
Figure Zoom out. Figure out something software I've never touched. I just downloaded it today. You know what I mean?
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
This new technology that I just heard about right now. Oh, I'll figure it out. I'm good.
Yeah. Then they want like 15 people in the window, and then you're inviting in people like, no, you get on it too. They're in the room with you. Just tell them to come.
So everybody's just man.
It was just horrible.
We did something like that too. We have FaceTime. It's a white person thing. It's just a FaceTime thing where we just pass around one fucking phone. and they're like, that's what
The super spreader phone. That's what you guys did. You passed around the super spreader.
Well, no,
device.
this wasn't. We didn't do it this year, but like we were like in the past, like we've had like a relative like that's been out of town or whatever, and they're like, "Here we are, like here's the phone," and I'm just like, "What's up?"
Well, if there's a lot of people in the house, we will do the, Sheila said hi, and then we give him the,
Hi, Sheila.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it. I can't. I remember when it was a phone they used to pass around when I was a kid. Everybody had to pass around the phone at one point. Talk to your Here, talk to Uncle Frank.
It depends on the hierarchy in the family
It's
whether
true.
you get the phone passed around.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Not everybody. Yeah.
Some people get such and such said hi on speakerphone. You get one of those.
Yeah.
And then some people get the individual pass around. And then there's some people who don't know you're overstaying your welcome because you're not that important for
Yeah.
you to start asking questions like,
Say
my God,
hi
he's
quick.
got so big. Let me talk to him.
Yeah.
He's like 4. He's like playing with other kids. No,
Yeah.
you're not talking to him. What are you
You're not. Yeah. What are you gonna do? You're gonna talk. He's 5. He can't. He's barely
Yeah.
just figured out how to think for himself.
He doesn't know you. You
No,
know what I
he
mean?
just stopped wearing diapers yesterday.
Yeah, you know him, but he doesn't know you.
That's every family. Let me talk to the little one.
Yeah, but it depends on who you are, though. Like some
Yeah.
people have that right, yes. But there's other people in their family. It's like no, you don't get to do that.
It's just you're right. It's just come on, man.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to know your role in the family hierarchy.
yeah, it's mine. There's definitely like the unwritten hierarchy in my family. It's like I look at it this way. There's people that think they're in charge, and then there's the people that they listen to. It's more mafia-like, I guess, where it's just like Paulie didn't move for anything. He just like everybody. My old man will just nod, and shit will happen around him in my family. It's weird.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's what he does.
He's
Yeah.
at the hierarchy.
He just kind of sits there. And,
there's a matriarch of certain families for a reason. You know?
I love Keith. Every time I'm like, you love your old school family values, man. I just want to say,
No, I'm not really that family oriented, actually.
no, but you understand the structure.
I understand the structure of it. Yeah, it's more on me than my family. My family does do family shit. I just don't partake in it. Most of them have to work, but
It's not
it's
true
just
for me too.
It's just like I don't know. I'm always been like just outside looking in.
I
don't
kind
know.
of been that way for myself too. Not that I'm like exiled from my family,
Yeah,
but
me
like
neither. It's
I either
perfectly
work
fine.
or I'm
It's just-
doing shows. Like, I mean, when I was doing shows, we were, everything was always on the weekends or Fridays, and that's when like every of my cousins' birthdays were. All the parties were on Friday. Like, I was like, I'm going to do this tonight.
Yeah, but even like me and my sister aren't like close knit where we like once in a, like if there's something that we see that we know the other person would like or she'll send something then, you know what I mean? We have like a fun, but it's like we're
Yeah, I kind of because I wouldn't say like I would consider myself like friends with my sister to an extent. Yeah, definitely, but I wouldn't say that I'm like close knit like the way that sitcom fucking I've met brother and sisters like that that are
like-
just like overly familiar.
like huggy.
Huggy's fine. It's the prolonged hug that really
Yeah.
freaks me. Like I hug my sister, but like
Like a kiss on the forehead. You got so big.
oh no,
You
don't
know
do
what I mean?
that.
Like some-
That's creepy.
Some
Oh
wildness.
man, that was like a lot of when I was a kid. Like that, there was a lot of brother and sister like that from like this private school down the road. There was a lot of weird family relations. I guess
feel
that's
like
that.
those are those brothers and sisters like they grew up and that was like they had no other kids in the neighborhood
Yeah,
or
they didn't have
something.
any
They
friends
were
growing
like
up,
all
right?
they had.
Just that
and
big
they
house,
like,
nobody around.
It's just me and you versus the world. Or there's a weird family dynamic where it's like there's an abuser in the house and we
And,
gotta-
someone had to get affected by it, so
Yeah.
it was Sarah. That's why Sarah's kind of a slut
Yeah,
now,
this
when
is-
she's 15.
this
Yeah.
is our secret. And,
Remember, we don't talk about private time.
see, families don't have secrets like that anymore. Where like everybody knows like the one
the
uncle
molester
that
uncle?
yeah that like no the kid can't sit on his lap and we all
No, you can't. What's the Chris Rock joke? Where's Jerry?
yeah right not Uncle Paulie.
Where them kids at? No, but that was also something like. But that was, it was like the alcoholism too. Like every once in a while, he'd be like, yeah, the shots come out. Just tell you get Uncle Frank out of the house as quick as possible. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
we don't want to keep him there past 10 because he gets drunk and molesty. You know what I mean?
Some people have that tendency.
Yeah.
But-
Now everything's like, no, you're not allowed anymore.
yeah, people are more. It's usually you could keep like that shit just bottled up. Like people don't have two families anymore.
No,
you know what I mean?
that
Like,
was as recent as like the 90s.
yeah. My grandfather, my grandfather,
two families?
Yeah, two families. Yeah, about
That's that era though.
but less than 10 miles from each other, and they only found out who each other were at the funeral because he named the first.
Fucking crazy.
He named the eldest son of each family Like if you were the first son, you were named Mark. If you were the second son, you were named Keith. If you were the third son, you were named. So if you were the first daughter, you were named Chrissy. If you were the second daughter, you would. So that's how he knew. He was like, oh, I know who the oldest is. So his name
Who
is.
organized the funeral? Was it all of a sudden two people were like, I'd like to organize a funeral for the same guy?
The wife on his side had died already.
Oh, so it was just the kids.
It was just the kids, but he had 7 and 8. You know, and so when they said
must have been a weird
said
day.
Kenny wants to, they said Kenny has prepared something. We're looking at Uncle Kenny. We're like who the fuck are all these other people? And it was like must be people.
Oh my God!
Like, must be people from work or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just like maybe he was more popular than we thought.
It was a slow realization to be like,
it was just
I don't think these worked with.
So everybody had to meet their doppelganger. You know what I mean? You had to meet. You know,
I was gonna say,
meet you.
Oh, you're this Keith, huh?
Yeah, I met Keith. I met the junior of me. I met the kid. Yeah, Keith.
But they all had the same names.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, they all had the same name. So I met the son of. The son of the son.
Kenny version 2.
Yeah,
you're Keith 2.
Yeah, so I met. He's doing pretty good. He's doing a little better. He's doing pretty good. I would instantly compared myself to him, and I was just
man.
I was like, fuck.
That's always crazy when I heard about that shit. Like people would just that was back in the time you could just kind of like pick up and leave if you were like, I'm done with this life.
Right,
It's not
yeah.
really working out. You want to get divorced? No, I don't believe in divorce. I'm just gonna leave.
Right, yeah, but you could just really.
But that was what you did.
like literally. They were like, I'm gonna go out for a brewski.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna return.
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna Don Draper the shit out of this. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep driving.
Yeah, so now you either become a comic or you pick up the needle.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much. Oh God, nah, man, that's crazy, dude.
Feel
That's
that
a
warmth.
fucking crazy story.
Feel that. That's the. They said that needle is the hug from a father you never get. You know what I mean? Once you take that ride.
Oh, I heard it's the love of all the families that never really wanted you.
Either or.
Yeah, either or. It sounds warm, and I want
Either will
it.
do. It's so funny. I was talking about the Thanksgiving thing. So Tekashi 6ix9ine was in the Hamptons just on Thursday after ordering Thanksgiving meal in the Hamptons on Thursday. 6ix9ine reportedly gave the restaurant a hefty $2,000 tip.
You gave him $2,000 tip?
$2,000 tip.
What's the name of this place?
This is.
I don't know if you don't want to give free advertising, you can like shine it.
No, I mean they should it's in the paper. Blue Mar.
Oh, I think that's like East Hampton.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see what
think.
Let's see what he got here.
He got like a Thanksgiving, like he got like one of those.
He got mad shit. He got 20 steaks, 10 burgers, and 10 pasta dishes.
Was he with like a crew, or was he just like ordering shit?
In parentheses, when they saw 4 SUVs pull up 6 huge bodyguards, locals lined up on Main Street, Southampton, thinking that President Trump was in town. Sources told Page 6.
Wait. Wait, locals were like, "Oh God, the president's here."
But just think about being just like some old white person from.
Yeah, this is a level of disappointment because they probably don't even know who that is.
And then some twirly bird hops out
Some Lucky Charms looking motherfucker
with rainbow hair
and face tattoos,
and
like blatant face
You're like,
tattoos.
what the fuck?
You know, big smile.
Yeah.
I wish I saw him ruin their day. Like,
Yeah, so he said that he also told the owner of Blue Mar, him and 6ix9ine talked for a little bit about the music industry being tough because of COVID sanctions. And then later that night, he was found at a strip club with no mask on with his girlfriend, Jade. And he was throwing around stacks of $1,000 singles.
here's the thing.
See, like, if you hit a girl,
Why is the strip club open?
If you hit a girl with a sneaker, you might do a nickel upstate. If you hit her with $1,000 with a brick that is tightly knitted with $1,000 in ones,
Whap.
you're a hero.
Yeah, but it's got to break apart as soon as it hits her ass cheek.
No, I'm talking about you just keep it.
Oh, you think
stacked.
you knock her out?
I mean, she's gonna be upset, but it's a brick of $1,000. You know?
Gonna pick that shit back up.
Yeah, that's the difference, though.
$2,000 tip. Well, he's paying tips. That's good. That's nice of him.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice.
Well, he needs to. He's probably trying to be like, if you don't know, I was in some shit recently.
Yeah, of course.
So I got to do some.
I don't want to cause waves here.
Like he can't be like a little bastard. Like he can't. I don't think he can afford.
No, listen,
to.
he can be kind of. He's already made his bed. You know what I mean?
Oh no,
like
he's definitely.
It's not like it's the people
That's why
who
he
are,
has large bodyguards with him, right?
Yeah, people are evil when you portray X, but you're really Y.
Oh, I don't think he's evil. I think he just. I
No,
think
but
he's a marked man.
No, he's just he's having fun in his own way, and it's not my fun, but I get it.
Yeah, I get.
You know what I
I
mean?
get
Like,
it. Because money does things to people, man.
Listen, Danny, this is what Danny wanted.
But he, I don't know. I have to check out that fucking documentary about him on Hulu because I want to because apparently it's like mad interesting.
Well, it's not that he didn't endorse this though. This
But
is
that's
like,
why
yeah.
I'm curious. But
This is this is from a different lens.
yeah, but I want to check it out either way because I know that he was like, he's just like an art student, right? Wasn't that his whole thing?
Right, and then he had a love for fame, and then he wanted gang affiliation with his rap
Because he figured that would bring him.
he
street
was
credit.
something. He was something else before he was a rapper, though. He was something else.
something
that
else.
involved talent. I think he has talent.
He does
within-
have
yeah.
talent, and like I mean, he sold. I don't really know his music, but he sold a bunch of records. So obviously, there's something there.
No, listen, you can make
Garbage, technically.
Yeah, you could be garbage and it could pop. I mean,
He
it's
doesn't know how to market himself. I'll give him that. Like he's definitely like you're gonna look at that. If I see a poster of that guy, I'm like, holy shit, who the hell is that?
I mean, it's 2020. Anything can happen, especially like monoliths.
Yeah. Oh God, Monolith.
And they'll take a walk on that side.
Was that Utah? It was found right. Originally, it was found in Utah, and it was like exactly like out of a 2001: Space Odyssey. Like except it was chrome,
But this one isn't chrome.
but then but there's one in Romania now, right?
There's
This
now-
one disappeared.
There's one in Romania and another one somewhere in Europe.
Are they all right? So, but the one in Romania, from what I understand,
There's
is-
like shovel marks next to it where you could tell somebody's
trying to cash in.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about the one in Utah?
Well, I went by. I was waiting for a video of debunkers.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And a guy went up there with a magnet, tried to stick it on the side of it. Nothing. He knocked on it. It sounded hollow, and
Did
it's
it make
not.
like the
No.
metals like
No,
point? Maybe it's space metal.
It made more like cardboard of a sound.
Oh, so it's
yeah,
bullshit.
it made more of a
That sounds
cardboard
bullshit
sound.
to me.
But probably harder than that. But like or like that wood. What's that wood glue mixture that you get in like shitty IKEA furniture?
Oh, it's plywood technically, but
right,
like yeah.
So it's probably something more like a thin sheet of that on something. Because then it's also there's a crease on each side where you could tell they were pressed together. So it's not one solid structure; it's pressed together. So me and you could have done that.
So yeah, well,
Yeah, you could
I just
done
talked
that.
about this before. It's just like somebody like the Utah one is a little weird, just because like it arrived and went so quickly before anybody had a chance to be like, what is this? So there's like it may have been something. I'm not saying it was aliens. I'm saying maybe it was like, did you leave the piece of the spaceship out there, Rick? Oh fuck.
No, but
you know what I mean?
I've seen Banksy do some wild shit in the night.
You've never seen Banksy. You think it's Banksy?
No, I'm just saying his would be more extravagant. I think.
Yeah, it's true. He
Like
did
that.
that. He did the Oscar thing, my favorite ever, right? With the cocaine.
Yeah,
That was so funny.
and then he did a reverse Disney Twilight Zone Disney World. That shit's
That shit
crazy.
was bonkers. I seen that. Yeah.
Dope though.
Yeah. That was like the weird theme park, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it was the other man.
But it's like it's still only you can still only like walk through and see it. You can't ride any rides. So how do you make money off of it?
but here,
How much money did it cost to make? And is he
it didn't
independent?
look like a whole lot. It's all like broken pipes and shit. My thing about Banksy and what I've kind of came to with his pieces is that it's not. He's got to be more than one guy. Like I think there's at least 3 or 4 other people that he works with.
Yeah, because he's not like he's part MacGyver and part Jacques Cousteau.
The famous diver.
Is that
Keep this in.
who's-
Jacques Cousteau is a famous, like he was, Jacques Cousteau is no, we're absolutely keeping this in because I'm going to explain some shit real quick to Keith. Jacques Cousteau was a famous, like he went down in submarines. He studied, he was an oceanographer.
I meant to say Michelangelo. This is what I was
Say
looking
Van
for.
Gogh. Say Vincent Van Gogh.
Michelangelo made sculptures.
Michelangelo was a Ninja Turtle.
No, he made sculptures.
And as a turtle, that's really
So
impressive. I see what you mean though, but like he
Right.
can't, there's never been a history of any fucking painter that's been like also I had four of the people that worked. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but they're doing like Sistine Chapel stuff, but he's doing like elaborate like but these are all like
It's all
they're
free.
not meant to stay. They're like you have to see them when they're up and then
Right.
they're gone. It's
Right.
it's weird. It's a different level.
But he's not making money off of it.
No, but that's what it is. It's all statement stuff. That's why I'm like, this guy can't just be some dude living in a Brooklyn apartment. You know,
I mean, he's practically V for
exactly what I was gonna
Vendetta
say. He's just sitting there wearing
Minus,
a fucking mask.
Yeah.
You know, but like, yeah, I guess
Minus killings.
minus the blowing up of an
Parliament
entire parliament.
and,
Yeah,
you know,
that would be
stuff
pretty
like
badass
that.
though. If all of a sudden Banksy pops up on TV in the mask.
I mean, would I be so surprised? I mean,
No, I mean,
not
nothing
really.
surprises me anymore.
I mean, Bin Laden did something like that, you know.
No, but like, yeah, but not like, I mean, like on like a really like with the music and everything,
Right,
Not-
on a grandiose-
Like he actually does like the Batman villain thing,
Right,
Like,
right.
you know
On
what
a
I mean?
grand scale.
Like he comes on TV like the Joker and says, "Hello, New York." Like,
What was I going to say? The biggest thing of the weekend was the Tyson fight, which was, you know what? A lot of people have mixed feelings about it.
I liked it. I had a great time. I just want to say right now, I had a great time watching the whole pay per view.
Overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I definitely was entertained.
Overall, it was very enjoyable. I think I got my money's worth out of it.
I would
You know what
definitely say
mean?
that I
Like,
got I was not mad at all.
the prelim fights were really good.
Yeah, especially.
I mean, then
Your semi-main was great.
listen.
Prelim fights were good. I can't remember some of the guys' names, but I remember being like, "Oh yeah, boxing."
Right. I mean, like Badu Jack and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like those fights, like those were all very good fights. But you can't take. See, Nate Robinson thought he was going into a celebrity boxing match, which he might have
Which
been.
on paper, I can understand why he might think that.
Yeah, I think that's what he thought. He thought he was going into a celebrity boxing match where it's like me and another celebrity dude with who. Is
Yeah,
smoking
like-
weed and drinking and living his life like I'm living my life.
Keith
and,
Fairfax versus Joey Buttafuoco.
yeah,
rounds.
they thought it was something like that. Instead, it
I'll
turned out
train
to be
for 3 days. I'll be fine.
Yeah, they said he trained for like a week, and it's like you can't train for a week with a guy who has two professional,
he
not
fights.
professional, but whatever, two semi-professional fights underneath his belt, and who's been training for boxing for a while now. Like
I don't really care for the Paul brothers. I don't really care. Logan Paul's the one that bugs me really because I just think he's a tool.
yeah, I hear you, man.
But Jake Paul is a guy who's he's like a legit fighter. Like, was he always a boxer? Was he in UFC first or like Bellator or something? Like,
I don't think
he's-
that
or jiu-jitsu?
I don't think any of that's true.
but I've heard. All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I've heard about him as he's a fighter. Like, I heard that he's a boxer for a while.
I mean, I don't know what circles you run in where some information like that might pop
You sound
up.
like Nate Robinson right before he went into this fight.
I mean, it's just. I don't know what you heard. I mean, I don't think that anybody should jump into a boxing match.
I think it's poor form of Nate Robinson to not train.
I just think you can't just jump into boxing like it's a legit sport.
Yeah.
Like you can't just hop in and think that. Like I wouldn't just hop in and fight Jake Paul. Whether I think I could beat him in a street fight or not is irrelevant to.
How recently did we know how recently Jake Paul fought before this?
He was 2-0. I'm not sure, but he's been he's been doing.
He was in shape. I saw the picture of him.
He's
He
been
had the
doing
fucking Goku wig on.
it. He's always
He's a jerk. I
weird
understand.
Kid.
He's
But,
a weird kid.
But he challenged Conor McGregor right after that.
Conor McGregor might fuck him. Actually, I'll go on record saying Conor
There's not
McGregor will
enough-
definitely fuck him
He
up.
would definitely fuck him up, but it's just not enough money in it for Conor to do.
No, he's not high profile enough.
Yeah, it's just,
even
you gotta
with
be
the knockout.
bigger.
I mean, people will be talking about this for a while.
Yeah.
But that'll take you to here.
Right, he's trying to catch the steam of that and try to. He's like, let me try to ride the highest wave.
But I can't believe like that. He embarrassed him. That's an embarrassing thing. Nate Robinson was a good fighter until he fought fucking Jake Paul.
How was Nate Robinson a good fighter?
He was wasn't he like a decent guy going into this? I didn't follow boxing. I got.
I
this
know Nate
purely-
Robinson, the basketball player. I don't know Nate Robinson, the boxer.
All right, tell me
Yeah.
more. Did he have a car?
I think he was doing layup lines up until about a week ago, and then got into a boxing gym and started hitting the speed back for a little bit, just trying to go.
Is that what happened? I don't know. I don't know anything.
I mean,
I watched this purely for the Tyson fight.
Yeah, that my version of it is a lot closer than.
So
your
he was a
version.
basketball player beforehand?
Yeah, he played for the Knicks.
I did not.
Slam dunk champion. Yeah.
When have we ever talked basketball?
No, he's a local.
You're rolling your fucking eyes at me like you're like this fucking kid.
I mean, he's a.
Doesn't know who the guy
If
is.
he didn't play for the Knicks and didn't win slam dunk slam dunk titles, I could understand that. It's not like he was an relative unknown. He was a very popular basketball player
So let me get this straight.
for his little run.
So he gets called out by, it was Jake Paul
Yeah.
called him out, right? I will fight you on Twitter. Is this happened on Twitter?
Right. I don't know how it got there, honestly, but it's.
When did
but
they book this fight?
the undercard? I mean, who?
So you're saying that he thought he was going into like, this is hilarious. I'm sorry, this is hilarious to me because I honestly didn't know he played basketball.
Yeah, he's a basketball.
I'm not-
player.
I don't
Yeah,
really
he's not a
follow
boxer.
basketball.
Yeah, he's not
Okay.
a boxer. Like I said, he's been practicing for
I
about a week.
assumed because people kept talking about Nate Robinson, I assumed he was a boxer. I'm like,
No,
everybody
he's
kept
a
talking
basketball
about
player.
it.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then I'm going to back up with your theory right now of being like he definitely thought
This was a celebrity
this
boxing.
was
match.
celebrity. When your main event is a fucking exhibition between two legendary boxers. When has there ever been?
Yeah, but
like, when have you ever looked at a card that said, like, this is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar versus, Sherry O'Terry, and this is Joey Buttafuoco versus Howard Stern, and then your main event will be Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones?
Listen, a lot of I heard he screenshotted his paycheck from it. And
How much?
I didn't see if you can find that, Landis. How much Nate Robinson made for that fight?
I assume quite a much.
I think it was a pretty penny. Yeah. So I mean,
you make money, but
right.
I feel like he can't show his face in public anymore.
Yeah, he can. It's
He's
really
kind of ruined for a while.
Nah, I wouldn't even say. I think it's over now. Honestly, it's like his group circle is just funny for a little while, and then that's it. Like people are just way more forgiving of shit like that now. You can't even really make fun of him for.
That's true.
If you're making
It'll
fun
go away
of him,
in like a week.
Yeah, if you're making fun of him next week, you're kind of the asshole.
Well, that's also the kind of the world that we live in, where everything just kind of keeps going. So like that's what I mean with Jake Paul. He's got some like clout, but who's going to give a shit next week?
Right. Did you see how much he made?
About $600,000.
$600,000. I mean,
get knocked out in the first round
for $600,000
from Jake Paul, not from like a real.
I'll get knocked out by Jake Paul for $600,000.
I'll get knocked out by Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and his fucking mother. For
I'll get knocked out by a dude from Riverhead named Paul Jake.
I'll get knocked out by a dude who lives in the sewers of Riverhead named Big Jake.
He said, "Hey, Big Jake." Well, Big Jake should have his way with you afterwards too.
That's probably going to be what I'm also going to have to do. But
and that I won't do for $600,000.
I'll take a sewer snake in the ass for $600,000.
To each his own, Joseph. To each his.
Hey man, you're the one coming to Vegas with me. Just remind me to bring my donut afterwards.
But I think Mike Tyson, as far as the Mike Tyson
Oh
fight,
yeah, I
right,
didn't even talk about that.
I thought
Tyson looked good.
Tyson looked good, but I believe in the contract he like wasn't allowed to throw like an overhand right or some shit like that.
I think it was like you can't, because here's the thing. I remember listening to fucking interviews with Roy Jones. He was on I think he was on Rogan talking about this too, where he was just like, I'll at one point he was like, 6 months to train or something like that, and he was kind of like, because he was like, I'm really excited for the opportunity to fight Mike Tyson, but he was also, and I know that's like a thing where you're supposed to shit on the guy a little bit, like, I'd take him out, like, no offense, I fought, because he was saying, like, I fought as recently as 2 years ago, so he was kind of using that, being like, well, I fought 2-3 years ago, like we said, he's fighting bums in Russia, so who fucking cares, but he was like, I fought 2 years, I'll take that 6 month training thing, so, and Mike was when they changed it to a year, because he was like, I've been out of the game, which was smart on his part, and I'll say this, if they couldn't throw the overhand right, he did. Do you know he smoked a joint right beforehand though?
But that's how he's probably been doing that before training every day.
I know, but it's great because he didn't do it. No, he didn't do it during training. He said he didn't smoke during training, but he smoked right before the fight.
Break the nerves. Yeah.
But he literally says like, that's who I am.
Yeah, which is the whole thing is he didn't come out of this looking bad by any stretch.
No, he didn't. He looked like Mike Tyson.
He looked like Mike Tyson. He was
aggressive as shit.
But Evander Holyfield said that he's ready to step back in the ring, and he looked like he's in amazing shape.
3?
Yeah.
We do the third one finally?
Yeah, why not? I mean, he looks like he's in amazing shape. It's just the fear is you don't want either one of them to take really bad damage because then it looks bad.
Holyfield's been in good shape for a while, though.
He is, but I don't know how he is as far as like. I mean, he's always
Tyson still got it. Holy shit! Though some of those hits he were throwing, I couldn't even see him.
Yeah,
he's still so fast, and he looks like he just.
Listen, I'm with you.
I know, but if they did Holyfield Tyson 3, like if they did that, I guarantee that would bring a lot of people back into the world of boxing.
I mean, also, like it helped Tyson's overall brand.
It did.
You know what I mean? He has a weed. I think that weed, whatever the weed thing was.
He has the largest, or is currently building the largest weed, which you can also go and visit and camp at, glamp.
So that's a big thing. Plus, he also, I mean, I don't even know if people know that he has like a cartoon on
it's great. I think they just canceled it.
Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious. It's like 15 minutes. It's like 12 minutes. It's hilarious.
I enjoyed fat chain smoking joke telling Mike Tyson. I love all aspects of Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
When he would pop up on the roasts.
Overall, I think it was really, really good. I mean, I enjoyed the boxing match.
Yeah.
I like the look of the stadium with nobody there. They did it,
They did it in a way where it seemed like it was in a movie.
Yeah,
like I was watching a movie.
It was what is it? Aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
Yeah, because it was. If they had just been dark, but them, it would have seemed weird. But there was a way where I'm like, if there was crowd, there could be. I can't tell. I like that. I'm focused on the boxing match.
Right.
You know. And I can't believe it was a draw. I think point wise, I feel like Tyson.
I mean, he definitely did. They just, they
just
didn't,
kinda like,
hey,
didn't wanna make
let's
Roy
not hurt
look bad.
feelings. And, everybody's a winner today, guys. Like, it was probably decided before the match was even put together.
We know what happened. We all know the truth of what happened.
Yeah. So,
Where did you watch it? Did you end up going to a movie, or did you just watch it?
I just watched it at home.
I did
just
too.
watched it at
I was
home.
looking for anything to go somewhere else to watch it. Nobody else was getting.
Yeah, I mean, I just watched it at home because I was like, oh, if it sucks, this, that, and the third. And then I also wanted to watch. There was a UFC fight on that night too. I wanted to watch.
Which one was on?
I forgot what the main card was. I missed the main card because the boxing match was so good. So I wound up just kind of watching the boxing match.
Well, that was. I don't think you were ever. I mean, no offense to UFC. Every offense to Dana White, I think he's kind of a prick. But he is. He's always just saying ridiculous things. His own fighters don't like him. Like,
it depends on what kind of deal you have. If you can make money, well, he kind of took away some of their ability to make money on the side at one point in time. I don't know if they can now, but people had independent deals at one point in time, and that was a big, take a large part of somebody's revenue if they can only make money with a certain brand.
Well, he couldn't they would handcuff them merchandising.
Right. Yeah.
Like you can do merchandise, but it's UFC brand merchandise, which means you get this much money, but I don't put your fucking face in the front of the shirt. So that to me, I mean, that's like that. I mean, that to me is like, I understand people wanting to get paid, right? Mm-hmm. Like the Dave Chappelle thing. Did you hear about that with
Netflix? Yeah. Well, he wants the royalty money.
I understand that, dude. Like, he did not get paid for that last season.
Yeah, so for the people that don't know, Dave Chappelle told all of his fans not to no longer watch the Dave Chappelle show on Netflix because he's not getting the royalty money from it. So he asked Netflix to take it off at the
They
streaming
did,
service,
and
they
because Dave has all those specials on there, they were like, okay,
right.
I mean, that's just smart. Like,
Yeah,
can you take that down? Yep.
You got to feed the beast a little bit.
Yeah.
But they. They'll try to hamstring you if they can. Just that people are a lot more smarter about the business now. Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the other thing? Dave's always been the first person to say, like, just because it's legal doesn't make it right.
Right.
And the whole thing with that show and that era of Dave Chappelle, you're about to say it, you're saying the same age as me, so you grew up with that. Mm-hmm. I remember hearing that Dave left. Dave Chappelle, because I was a huge fan of that show.
Right.
And to me, it's like so fucking fun. I was just watching it not too long ago because I have the DVD. And I was just like, this shit's hilarious. This is one of the best sketch shows ever. And I remember when he dropped off the face of the planet, and I'm like, but it's gone? But it was so good.
Right.
And it was like, I don't understand. And then when he came back a couple years later and started like doing like small interviews with shit, it was when he went on Inside the Actor's Studio that I kind of really started like understand Dave and sort of what kind of a person that he is.
Yeah, he's a different guy.
He's a very different guy.
Just the way he formulates jokes, it's masterful.
So somebody got to try to tell me, because they were trying to say, like, I don't really care for him. I'm like, well, I'm not going to yell at you, but why don't you like him? And he says, well, all he does is sell hard truths. And I'm like, but what are you talking about? And he said, like, well, he just says hard truths and puts a punchline in the end of it. I'm like, yeah, that's how you make it funny.
Right. Yeah.
What are you talking about? I hate that shit. I'm just like,
but I like that everybody has a different style, and everybody's not for everybody, and I enjoy.
He disarms you, and then he brings you with something funny.
Like I don't like.
This is a fun game. Who don't you like that everyone else likes?
I think somebody like wildly popular. Like Jeff Dunham's comedy is not for me, but I get it.
Yeah, that's a lot of those guys for me are the same. Like I don't listen to Jeff Foxworthy, but I understand why people like Jeff Foxworthy.
Right, and I hear him on Sirius Radio. They have their own comedy station.
Blue Collar Comedy.
Yeah, Blue Collar Comedy, and it's like. I think Ron
White's fucking hilarious.
Ron White is hilarious and does the similar type of comedy of Jeff Foxworthy, but I just don't like Jeff Foxworthy's comedy.
His is more family friendly. I've never been a big, and I don't mean like I haven't laughed at clean humor. I mean there's a difference between clean humor and family friendly humor.
Right, because Jim Gaffigan does clean humor, but it's and family friendly, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but his main thing is he's just like a clean. What's that other guy that
I love? Jim Gaffigan, even like John Panette.
John Panette, I like. But who's the guy that did the bit about a little guy put on the side of the ice cream shop half a cup?
I don't know.
Oh, Brian Regan.
Oh yeah,
Brian Regan. Yeah. Brian Regan's a clean comic. Yeah, but like family friendly. Man, you ever gone on fucking like a Prime or like Netflix and just looked at some of the idiots that have specials? Honestly, I'll say that. I don't care.
I mean, I get mad every day that I don't have my own after seeing
they
some
just
of
hand
the.
them out.
Yeah, it's just like you get it. It's like Oprah, you get a special, you get a special, you get a special,
and like you watch it and you're like, yeah, 15 minutes of this is funny. You're doing an hour. I'm not saying I could do an hour now, but I'm just like,
Right.
this is ridiculous. Why do you have an hour?
But if it's like you come to me right now, you give me the chance to do an hour, you give me X amount of dollars and the opportunity to get my name out there. It's like
you'll do the hour.
I'll do the hour. It might, but it ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be great. So I can't.
Keith,
so I also
congratulations on the hour. Don't watch it.
Yeah, so I
already
also
cashed the
don't
check.
shun them for doing the same thing. Yeah, I can't really shun them for doing the same
I'm not
thing. that I
shunning it,
do.
but it is like it does feel like everybody fucking.
But it is a reputation of yourself, though. So I wouldn't want to go up with it in televised.
Summer
hour
there's
if I didn't
there's
have
some
it.
undiscovered gems on there. There's some like stuff I discovered. I've definitely discovered people with some of those like stand up stuff. But you can always tell just by who's on the card, being like, okay, I trust this lineup.
But that's how I discovered comics like Shane Gillis, Sam.
That's how I discovered Shane too.
Yeah, Sam J.
Sam's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but I didn't see them like around New York or anything like that. I just happened to see them on little clips in a bar or something like that somewhere.
me too.
And then I was like, oh, I really like this. I really like this.
Mine was Premium Blend growing up. That's how I found out. Remember Premium
Yeah,
Blend?
love Premium
Because you
Blend,
do
yeah.
5-minute clips. That's what I always like. You need to do something like that again.
Well, Tough Crowd was my thing.
I love Tough Crowd. Greg Giraldo was my fucking hero on that show because he would not back down from fucking anything.
Him and Patrice would go at it.
Oh, him and
like
Patrice,
that.
and he knew exactly. He was one of the few guys that knew how to push Patrice's buttons. So he would do the thing. You tell, he'd cross his arms, be like, all right, and then Patrice would be like, just fucking light up, and Greg would just sit there with this big fucking smile on his face.
Hilarious.
I got to see him live like a couple of years before he died. Actually, he came to the Bay Street Theater in Sag Harbor.
Nice.
And he is, I don't think anybody knew. I knew who he was. And that's why I went. I'm like, Greg Giraldo's going to be in town. And I was like, asked my mom, because I was like 17. I'm like, can I go? She's like, you have to bring, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. And she's like, you have to bring your sister. And I was like, whatever.
Right.
Like, I don't care.
hear you. Yeah.
So we ended up getting tickets. And it's a small theater. It's just first come, first serve. So we just got there early when they announced it. And I got like a front row ticket. 2 front row tickets. And Greg Giraldo's in the front. And he starts telling all these fucked up stories. And I don't think anybody, because it's like a crowd of like older like white people.
Yeah, I've been there to see
It's a great,
Ralphie May.
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen
a
Ralphie
great
May there,
stage. But like you get like randos in there. It's almost like a real test because you don't know what kind of crowd you're gonna get.
They're just happy that there's something going on in town. They're just like,
Exactly.
fuck it,
Yeah,
we'll go.
and it's like they get like big names there. I saw
Yeah,
Moose
very
back
big
there.
names,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they were just shocked. Why? I'm sitting there cackling, and my sister liked it too. I'm sitting there cackling the whole time. You remember he told a joke about he was in New York City about how shitty people are, but how he was walking down the street and there was a dude out front of Foot Locker smoking a cigarette, and then he went his phone rang. He went to grab his phone, and it fell out of his hand and it shattered. And the Foot Locker guy smoking a cigarette. Instead of helping me, he just takes a drag off his cigarette and goes like this. Ha 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 ha! It's like we're shitty people. We're the worst.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's how I found out about shit like that. And now it's like Amazon, but the problem is like it's just some showcase of people that like, hey, you're probably not going to see again.
all you really have to do is have a decent Instagram and Facebook following, and then it's like, oh, we can market you.
Nick Cannon has 2-hour-long specials on HBO.
Man,
I don't want to get into it.
Yeah,
You
not
know,
good.
you know, you just man, that's those people that want to do that host shit. You know what I mean? Like they end
Yeah.
up like, I'm going to host a game show one day. Like I was talking to somebody
I
once.
mean, I would love to be Mario Lopez.
Who wouldn't?
You know what I mean? I
AC
would love
Slater, you
that,
got fucking Saved by the Bell.
yeah, the career path of just like, oh, now I'm
That's
just.
a man who did well. Like
I just I jump around from hosting
Yeah.
Christmas tree lightings and
Yeah.
saying Feliz Navidad and Feliz Navidad on Lifetime. his
Oh my
movie.
God, daytime host Keith. Oh, hey everybody, how we doing today? We're here at the lighting in Rockville Center.
It's like, oh, boys and girls, what do you think, huh? Are we excited? Yay! They're like, oh, all right, everybody, let's do it. All right, on the count of 3, let's count down, okay? 1, 2, 3. I got
All
that.
right, everybody, back in the studio. Keith, thank you so much.
Back to you, Bob.
Al Roker's going to be joining you in just a couple minutes.
Hey, Al, how's it hanging, baby? Huh? Come on. Yeah, I got that bullshit energy.
I don't think I have enough bullshit energy in me.
I do. See, a lot of people don't have it for too long. It's because a lot of
I think
it's,
I would run out eventually.
it's passive aggressive a little bit also.
It is, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's very passive
Because it comes to a point of like, who's going to lay it on thicker? You know what I mean? It's like,
Good to see. No, good to see you.
right?
No. Amazing to see
No,
you.
you have a Merry Christmas.
No, you have a happy holiday.
I hope everything in your life goes just wonderful and you have no hiccups and everybody in your family stays happy and healthy.
I hope you get everything you want for Christmas. I hope you marry the woman of your dreams, and I hope that you not only she gets a girlfriend is open to a 3-way.
You know what? I hope you go to just a sex dungeon, and you have to limp out of there because you're drained of all your bodily fluids, but yet you're the happiest you've ever been.
I hope you inherit a brothel and they never make you pay.
I hope you become a billionaire tonight.
That's exactly right. It's exactly what it is.
It's just a one-upsmanship.
It's a lot of bullshit of no, you hang up. I love you more. It's all that shit.
It's like people have that on a low level with like neighbors.
I have done that before though. Like I've like that. Like exactly what I was going to talk about. The neighbors of just being like. After a while, I'm like, I don't want to fucking say hi to Nate today. Fuck him. Fuck his dog. His dog sucks.
I'm like, I got pretty good neighbors. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky.
Hi, I'm Nate's wife. How are you?
I used to have all racist white neighbors. We moved we moved into an all white neighborhood, and they were not happy.
Is it really like Riverhead?
They looked at my mom's name, as Felicia, and I guess they thought it was a white woman, and they were like, "What?"
I think Felicia is for me because I dated a Felicia and she was a trashy upper girl with giant titties.
Other than my mom, I probably only knew like one other person named Felicia, and she's like real young. I'm like, why would you name a young kid Felicia now?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like an old time. There's some names that they're gonna go out. They're not gonna go there. They're just people always want to name their kid something borderline exotic or four names. Oh, this is Beth Marie Timothy.
Oh,
Scott
my buddy's
Jr.
having a kid, and his middle. I'm like, what are you naming him? And he's just like James King, and I'm like, okay, really? Like King? He goes, yeah, like because he's
no middle name, huh?
No, that's it. No, he said he's going to be referred to as James King.
I feel like 90% of people get the middle name.
I feel like 90% of people are going to kick the shit out of this kid.
Yeah, James King. Yeah. I mean, as long as he's good at sports, he'll be all right.
He was. I feel like it's hit or miss with kids, man. Like either they are. My dad played sports. I was in plays in high school. Can't win them all.
Speaking of, what was that? I saw some miraculous shit.
I saw some miraculous shit.
Like I always look at these weird things. Like so, this guy, 62 years old, goes out to sea on his boat. And the boat capsizes, and he's stranded out there for 24 hours. Like,
how old was this guy? 60? You said?
62.
And he's just stranded. How like
so
hours?
He was reported. So he was last seen 24 hours after being reported missing.
Okay.
So his boat capsized. So when they found him, he was on his capsized boat. It didn't sink. It was still like a piece of the boat.
Yeah,
so he was
it's just upside down.
Clinging onto that for dear life in the middle of no man's land, and then somebody found him. But it's just like, why do you go out by yourself? Like I don't understand like going out by yourself. I really don't get.
That's like one of because I work on boats. Like that's like my regular job, and here's one of those things. Like the ocean is vast. Mm-hmm. Like, and I know people that like I'm just going out for a spin, and then like you watch them get smaller and smaller. And then they just disappear for a couple hours. And you think, will they come back? Because, like, here's the thing. It doesn't take a storm for a boat to capsize. Like, you could just hit a turn hard and all of a sudden the boat.
Right.
Was it like a sailboat or like a speedboat?
It was like a sailboat, I believe.
But even then, a gust of wind could flip you over in the wrong thing. Going out by yourself? I just watched Captain Ron the other day. I mean, that fucking movie, that dude had to inform everything. Martin Short didn't know shit. He bitches at Captain Ron the whole time. The motherfucker didn't know a goddamn thing. He was just jealous.
Oh, that was Martin Short in his prime.
Yeah, prime Short.
Yeah,
prime Short, man. But yeah, it's I don't think I could last. I'm dead. That happens to me. I'm dead. 62. Now that happens to me. I'm dead.
It's just I don't see the thrill of like, oh, I'm gonna go sailing by myself, and then there's so much with the sea. There's so much anything can happen out there.
It's uncharted fucking territory.
And then he obviously didn't have the radio shit to radio for help.
Well, if the boat was capsized, I highly doubt it, Keith.
I mean, no.
I'm gonna swim under and get the radio.
Don't you know that it's happening? Like as it's capsizing, hey, let me do the most important thing I could do to try to find some fucking help. I don't know.
I mean, it depends on how fast he flipped. If it was a slow flip, then maybe he just was too. I don't know. Because then, because it had to be quick. He's 62 years old and he holds on to that thing for a couple hours. What did he shoot?
24.
20.
Yeah, he was in the wind for 24 hours.
Sharks, man.
That's my first thing too. It's hypothermia, really.
Yeah.
I mean, that would set in probably first.
I would, even if I was like, there's no sharks in this region ever, I'd be like, they're coming for me. Like something's gonna eat my fucking feet because I can't see anything. The minute you tell me like you're gonna dangle and there's a bunch of stuff that you don't know swimming around you, no, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. What if an octopus tries to eat my dick?
Half of it is that feeling of like it's good to feel fear. You shouldn't be afraid, but it's good to feel fear is what keeps you alive. I feel so. I feel like that's like one of those things where you go into it with the mindset of you're pretty sure nothing's going to happen to you. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you have to have the confidence. You're like, I'm in a boat. Like, this is a rarity.
To die of a shark attack is very, it's very one in a million. You know?
I don't think I would freak out. Like, I wouldn't be like, because the last thing you're supposed to do is start thrashing. It's always funny. It's like, I'm afraid of sharks. What are you going to do? I'm going to thrash around for a little bit.
Right.
I'm going to thrash around and scream.
But black people rarely ever get bitten by sharks.
That's true.
I just feel like you guys always want to swim somewhere where there's a sign that blatantly says, beware of sharks or, sharks in the area. And you guys are like, fuck it. I don't see any.
It's just, that's like mainly Australia too. Like it's always.
That's Hawaii.
I don't do any of this shit. I've never had an interest.
There's sharks in Montauk, I think.
I don't go swimming in Montauk.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. You're making a broad accusation, man.
When I say you guys, I mean, you personally.
Oh yeah, me. I'm like when I always talk about black people, I talk about my friend Keith.
Yeah.
But no, but you're not wrong because like it's half the reason I don't go swimming like out in like Montauk is I'm like there's an app you can go on your phone and you can look at they tag these fucking things so they can keep a track of them so you can be like looks like Barry's a little close to the shore today. I think I'll just sit on the sand today.
It's just I don't know. It's like skydiving. It's just some shit I'm not gonna do.
Skydiving I would do.
I would like to go like scuba gear, deep sea shits with scuba gear.
I think because the ocean is so vast and like dark, it freaks me out.
Like if I had on scuba gear and I had my little harpoon gun,
so you want to be like geared up. You want to go down like Jacques Cousteau is what you're saying.
Yes.
I don't know. Skydiving. See, this is the thing. Like the ocean kind of freaks me out just because it's like. But it's like a dense jungle of just like of blue, and and there are like weird monsters in there too.
Yeah, but there's like a way for me to fight for my survival with the right amount of training with deep sea diving, with jumping out of an airplane. It's only two different ways it could go.
Oh, see, I'm much more about falling and just giving myself over to the inevitable. I'm all about that.
All right. Well, you can jump off a roof.
I have. Not the same. That umbrella didn't hold.
Well, you're not Mary Poppins, motherfucker.
I'm Mary Poppins, bitch.
Primary Carey.
That's what I said before I jumped.
I'm Mary Poppins.
Yeah, and
bitch.
then they played fucking All I Want for Christmas Is You as I plummeted to my fucking broken leg doom. Happy holidays. Anyway.
Yes. All right, well, we'll wrap up this half of Fairfax with Fairfax, and we will catch you guys after the break. Hello, everybody. I am the Mystic, and you are in the presence of beauty and grace. And I'm here today to read the tarot cards to you. And I'm here live, shooting live, going live to all my friends and family, so I let them know that they're in love. So today I'm going to have some callers call, and I'm going to give them some great advice on love, life, and liberty. So with that said, I'm going to be taking my first couple of calls here. Okay, we got a caller on line 1. Hello, caller. You're going through with the Mystic.
Hello, my name is Harold, a long-time listener, first-time caller. All hail the Mystic.
Understands your plight, and he accepts you into his arms. So what can do for you today?
Well, it's been sort of a dry year. I'll be quite frank with you. I have not got any pussy all 2020.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we all are. And
your dick
I was
is
just kind of
dry
hoping
as the desert. Can sense that your dick is dry as the desert, and that you need some loving. Go ahead, talk to O.
Yeah, so I was wondering if it would be in the cards for me to finish 2020 with a little bit of love and maybe get laid before the end of the year.
That might be in the cards for you, my friend. Let me see what the cards say. Oh, okay. All right, telling, very telling, yes. All right, okay. All right, the cards have spoken, my friend. What you need to do. This is what you need to do. Listen closely to me. You got a pen and a paper?
I can get one, yeah.
Okay, get that, my friend. I'm gonna write down this name, okay? It's a very particular name.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna find yourself
a local miscreant, and you're gonna look for a pill called a Rufalin. Okay?
Rufalin?
Yes, high on the roof, high on the linn. Yes, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna find yourself a pretty young lass. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna crush this pill up and put it in her drink. And then she's gonna do all the wildest things your heart will desire, man.
Sounds a little illegal. Oh, the Mystic?
Just so you know, if you get caught, you're gonna do a dime upstate. So just make sure you keep your mind about you and make sure nobody catches you doing it, okay? Okay, my friend?
Wait, I'm sorry. Did your accent just drop? Hold on a second. Everybody warned me about this. You're
Goodbye,
scamming me.
my friend. You have just been with the Mystic, and that is what it says, help my friends and family. That's what I'd love to do. I love to help people. People need help, and that's what I'm here for. So, here I am, ladies and gentlemen, offering my help for $14.99 per 20 seconds. You can also get the Mystic's help. Till the next time I see you, friends. Goodbye.
And we're back for the second half of Fairfax with Fairfax. And once again, I'm joined by Joe Winchell.
Put your mind to it, go to it. Push your limit through it, mind to it, go to it. Get your mind. I don't know. This is a really, really great unlicensed music.
Yes, it is. I have to give them some credit. They got the jams.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah. We were talking about it before, the fact that the Giants are 4-7 and leading the NFC East.
It's just a testament to how shitty the NFC East is.
I mean, they needed. Just watching that game last night. I don't know if you saw the Eagles game last night.
Did they win or did they lose?
They lost.
They did lose. So
Yeah.
that means that we also need the Eagles to lose to hold the spot past the week. So
Yeah, I think the Redskins are 4-7 also.
yep,
And I guess so are the
division leaders.
Yeah, it's just crazy how like one of you guys is going to make the playoffs. Probably 3 to 4 games under 500.
Well, the Jets were out, and it's hilarious that the Jets were out. They had one win, I think, or none.
They have none. They're
have
0-11.
They didn't even win. They didn't win last week. Oh God.
No, why would they do that?
Some crazy scoring games. The Falcons 46 to what against the Raiders? 46-3. 46-3. They decided to keep scoring at some point.
You got to step on their throat. Yeah, I'm with
I
that.
think
Yeah.
the Raiders were considered pretty good going into the game.
They were solid.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
An
I didn't
average
think they were
team.
going to get blown out.
No, I didn't think so either. Yeah, that was different.
That's so scary. I guess Michael Jordan kill you. I want to see every bit of you defeated mentality.
Right.
Or take your money and his money.
Pretty crazy. I just can't believe that division is just.
With the East?
Yeah, they're just fighting for survival.
It is, but that's what's kind of so exciting about it. Is like everybody's just kind of clawing to get out of the mud hole that we just all fell in at the beginning of the year.
And all the 4 of those teams are ready to tank to get a good draft pick at any point in time, but not
Jets
one
are
team
getting a good draft pick. No, matter
No, but I'm talking about just those
the
4
East?
teams in
Yeah,
particular. They're ready to tank and just be like throwing the towel, but they're like, well, we're fighting for the division. I mean,
yeah, well, he's the division lead. Dude, you have to look at the standings. Like, you have to look at everybody's standings, and it's like, here are your division leaders. And some of them were like, 7, like every other. And then you get to the East for the Giants, you're like 4 and 7. Like,
crazy.
So I don't know, man. As a longtime fan, I'm just like, I'll take it. I'll take it. We sucked for so long.
I mean, I'm good. I'm glad that people are interested in that and New York football. You know what I mean? It's better for, to get something to rally behind instead of it just being hate Cuomo, doom and gloom, mask everything, shut down this.
Yeah. It's very true. Something to rally behind. And like I said, long time. If this weird Danny Jones looks scared all the time when he's throwing the football.
He's been popped a few times. He knows that feeling.
But he's also like, every time he runs to make the first down, he very much looks like, sorry, I just swallowed some air. He very much just looks like he's running from Ghost and Scooby-Doo. Like that's the face he has.
He's starting to get that Eli look. How Eli always had that look of like, oh boy, here it comes.
Eli looked more like, I'll go out there and throw, like kind of like Gronk, where he's just like, I like beer.
Yeah, he was just forever durable though. You guys kind of just kicked him to the side. It was sad to see.
I kicked him to the side. That was management. Yeah. Well, he couldn't fucking do it anymore though. I don't think. I was on his back I was like on his side for so long. but he didn't have the same chemistry with the other teammates. It was different. I don't know. Something was different about the last year he played. Also, Ben McAdoo, our coach that benched him for and ruined his starting record, was also a piece of shit. And I know he didn't help his fucking record.
Yeah.
That 2 years where he played under McAdoo, that definitely didn't do well for him.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't classify those as his glory years.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, a horrible way to go out. You thought he would at least have one more playoff run or something.
No, unfortunately.
But he's got the 2 rings against the team that counts. So.
Yeah, I mean, he has the 2 most valuable rings you probably would like to possess. The 2 versus Brady. Yeah,
I mean, well, he's also he has the one where they were supposed to be undefeated. Like they were
right. That is just
that's his first Super Bowl victory. Was that fucking ring?
They probably. I don't think anybody on that team pays for dinner in New York today.
No, Eli Manning, anytime he's like one of those guys that walks in a restaurant and goes, "We have a table for you."
Yeah, it's like you did what we needed you to
Patrick
do.
Ewing does that shit. I saw that shit happen in front of me one time.
I mean, he should. I mean,
Patrick Ewing walks in, they make a table for Patrick Ewing in a
the Knicks
restaurant.
weren't good to Patrick Ewing. So
Yeah, exactly. So
You
but
know.
they let everybody. He's like revered in New York. I love seeing that shit.
fucking.
What's up?
I was reading that Elon Musk has a rocket that he is a space shuttle that he's launching into space, and he's doing what I would do if I had that money, if I had his money, and
Walking around money.
I mean, walking around space money is what he has. And
Well, these aren't like he's not. He's just like this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a spaceship. Like he's not like this is my job.
no, but it's just like, what are the rules for like, can I make a spaceship and launch
You
it?
just
Like,
have to have you have to have the blueprints. You can technically. Like you can make anything. Like no one's gonna. Like you want to go to NASA and get a job at NASA? Or you just want to?
no, I
make
want
a
to.
spaceship?
Elon Musk doesn't work at NASA.
No, he doesn't. He has his own NASA.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, can anybody just make a rocket ship, a spaceship, and just?
He's had
Go.
Tesla. He has the money to fund it. So like, I mean, if you can do it in your backyard,
I guess
then,
as long as he doesn't hurt anybody, I guess. I mean, it's just weird that like, what guidelines is he
what the
going
fuck?
by?
How does that work? He doesn't work for NASA. You're absolutely right.
He's an independent ship traveler. Like,
So is NASA's not like it was government fund. It's not
yeah,
anymore.
it's not anymore. I don't think so.
But now it's just like a bunch of nerds that get together and tell space stories, right?
Yeah, I mean, it goes the Galaxy program, NASA.
Space Force, Galaxy Program. Yes.
Yeah, and then the Space Force X is government sanctioned, I believe.
Yeah. That's
You know
like
what I mean?
Star Wars and shit, right?
Right. So that's the final frontier.
That's Star Trek. That will be the Star Trek Enterprise. That's it, right? Isn't that the next step? This is what Elon Musk is trying to do. He's trying to get Star Trek world. That's what he wants. He's like, we're gonna go explore. We talked about this last time.
Yeah.
Trip to Mars and shit.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I need more inquisitive minds like himself. Like, he's really just Dr. Manhattan. You know what I mean? He's just waiting to get his powers so he can,
Do you buy the first ticket on the trip to Mars?
No.
Just to say, you wait to
No,
establish
yeah.
a bit of a
This
theme park
is-
on there.
I don't buy the new cell phones when they first come out. I damn sure ain't going to be the first
No, but
person to
let's
hump
say
on a
the
spaceship.
ticket's affordable. All right, and you're like, all right, but it's just nothing there. You're just like,
I
you're
don't-
gonna go, you're gonna walk around on Mars, and that's
Yeah,
it.
but I don't want to go to space. I mean, we're going to a destination, you're saying.
Yeah, you're going to Mars.
Does it take 5 years to get to Mars?
But like, this is technology. Elon Musk is like, I figured it out. It takes a month. Like, it's a month travel time in space.
Then I'm stuck.
But there's nothing to do there. We haven't got any colonies, but you can go there and walk around.
Yeah,
and
but then you're stuck on let's just say, I don't think spaceship people would be the coolest people to hang out with for a month.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think a litany of sci-fi movies have proven that over and
I
time again.
like, all it takes is for one Karen to go Karen. It's not like a plane when you could just fly to the next airport and sit down and she gets arrested. Like,
Yeah.
if you decide to go Karen on a spaceship first weekend, we're all fucked.
You don't think it would operate a little bit like? I mean, like, you don't think it would operate a little bit like a cruise ship? Like there'd be like a hole, the crazy.
I feel like you can't take butts. I mean, like, how many people do they normally send into space? They don't send,
That's true. Elon Musk is.
you can't send but so many people. Like, I'm saying max 10.
Okay.
I mean, 10 per. You can fuck up. One person can fuck up 9 people's lives.
No, you're absolutely right.
You
yeah.
know, it's.
So you say you wouldn't go on the trip at all? You would not go into Mars?
I mean, it would have to be with like the very best group of friends that anyone has had.
So you're
Like,
saying like if it's a 6-person flight, it's like okay, only 6 people can go on.
Yeah,
this
I would have that like handpick the 6. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I
That
can't
makes
do
sense.
this.
I mean, it's space,
It's just a month. Yeah, but it's a
a
month.
month,
And
yeah.
then what, how long are we gonna stay there?
like 3 hours.
You know what I mean? It's just like this. The risk reward once again is just.
Well, there's gonna be like I look at it this way: the first trip to Mars, all you're gonna do is go there and walk around. We have to wait till we like colonize and put Disney World on there. That there's a reason to go. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that it? We haven't.
I mean, well, I'm assuming there'll be some pod where like, oh, you got space merch, and it's like it'll be like the movie with Schwarzenegger.
you think they'll build something? Oh, Total Recall.
It'll be like Total Recall. It's just like you'll go to a space station.
Oh man,
and
I wanted to fuck three
know.
tits so bad. That would. I want that.
there'll be a person there who there'll be a couple people that look a little different because I had a kid on the ride up and
Oh,
he
yeah,
got
his
he
head's
got
a little weird.
Yeah, he got airhead poisoning and yeah,
This is Johnny. He's got airhead poisoning.
Yeah.
He was conceived on the shuttle on the way up here.
So they'll essentially be what Coneheads were. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you could learn to love a Conehead.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to fuck an alien. Like, I'm all about that.
I mean, Lisa was hot in Coneheads.
Yeah,
Lisa
I mean,
was
she
hot.
was. She was.
I forgot what actress she was in real life. Like what
Her name, I can't remember either.
Yeah, but she was hot. I mean, they had to pick somebody who, even with a cone head, was hot.
There's a litany of hot aliens in movies. Like, there's like, remember? I mean, if she wasn't gonna kill you like a menace, fucking Natasha Henstridge in Species is super hot.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah,
You
she
know? So
definitely
I'd
is.
fuck that alien.
But
I'm just saying.
that she was human.
Yes, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I'm talking about one that's not human.
Okay, so what about like the alien from Aliens, but with like a perfect body, but that head? Would you fuck that?
No,
you wouldn't fuck that.
No, because it's
So
too
we're
much,
not going to eat you. It's
it's
just
too bug looking.
it's too bug looking.
Yeah.
So the mouth coming out of the mouth is too much.
Yeah,
What
that's
about predator face? More expressive. Hot
No.
predator.
And there has to be she predators too. I just don't
There are
even
she
think.
predators.
I don't even think the feminine version of the she predator would be interesting.
Okay,
to
what if
me.
she wore the helmet the whole time? But like snakeskin like body with a vagina.
No, she has like scales.
Not
Like,
s- no, not
there's like
scales,
their
but, like,
skin
it's
has like
not
little
regular
spiky.
skin. Yeah,
Like they're more reptilian.
Okay, like,
yeah.
all right.
No, I don't want. I want supple. I
You
don't
want
want.
supple. So you're looking more Star Trek Blue Lady. Green Lady.
Yeah, I'm thinking most female X-Men that aren't regular human looking.
So like
Like if you had wings, that wouldn't deter me from being with you.
that's
if you
like
had
kind of a
wings.
cop out. Like you're not gonna just I just have wings. That's my
All right, maybe a beakish like face, a bird like face.
you wouldn't go down like if we go to colonize Mars and they do like a Blade Runner esque or whatever like sci-fi world where you can go pick like their red light districts like fuck an alien like this is pick whatever you want.
Right.
You wouldn't get drunk and pick something exotic one night.
No, I'm not looking for that type of strange. I'd like strange, but that type of strange seems like it's like I'm hiding something. I was like, I should be able to find my fun somewhere before I get all the way there. I should be able to find my fun before I get all the way to that point.
Oh, I'm saying you're going in like I'm gonna fuck an alien like.
And then what do you do after that? Then
Exactly.
what?
What do you do after
you
that,
know what I mean?
man?
It's like that.
You might as well go back to your hotel room and wait the extra 2 days before the shuttle.
Yeah, it's like you can't fuck an alien, and then it's like then. Just like when people said, like, you got AIDS from fucking a monkey, and then Chappelle made that joke, like, you don't fuck a monkey and then want human pussy after that. That's what you're into from there on out. It's
Oh, so
like,
that's it. So like for me, it would be like I only fuck aliens pussy now. Like that's my thing.
well, I mean, listen, there's people who've
'Cause I'll do
married.
it.
There's people who've married a tree,
That's true. But
animals. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like what? How? Remember hearing that story about that woman that married a ghost?
yeah, I was
Then-
just
then he
actually
left her?
revisiting that. Yeah.
Then he left her.
Didn't they have a? Did
Oh, no,
did
she
she have
had
an
it.
abortion or something?
There was what happened? They went on vacation and he started acting. He started
that's
hanging
right,
out.
yes.
He started hanging out with a bad ghost crowd.
Yeah, he got in with a bad ghost crowd.
So she left him there.
They called him the Ecto 3.
Yeah, and somebody had to sit down and interview with her and take her seriously.
Yeah, it was a BBC show. I saw it.
Yeah, and somebody
But
had
you're
to,
right.
Somebody had to sit down, like they had to read the show notes, and they'd be like, "Jesus, fucking, are you kidding me? Like, really?" And he's like, "I got to pretend her thing matters." Like,
Oh, my
I'm married to Ghost.
God.
A
Like,
ghost. I mean, then he started acting weird. We went out and
did you have to hear that shit?
started with a bad crowd of ghosts, and he started drinking and gallivanting around and scaring people.
it's like, come on, what are you talking about?
I see you were talking before about like when you're a host of shit. Like there's that like bullshit. Like you have your.
You got to turn it
bullshit
on. You got to be on.
Could you do that when you're like, all right, Keith, how you doing today? This is your morning show lineup. We got a great guest for you. This is the lady who fucked a married ghost.
It's like,
You just like,
but you know what? If you're running a Springer like show already,
no,
then
I'm
you
talking
know.
this Today Show shit. Because that BBC stuff, that was a real ass show they had her on. That wasn't just some trash TV.
You know what? But she, even in her interview, like she could answer the questions competently enough where you're like, let's go with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
let's say, you got to do it without smiling. You don't want to be condescending the whole time,
feel
but
like-
it's like,
If I did do that interview, that'd be the one I'm like, yeah, I'll do this. I'll absolutely talk to this lady about how she fucked a ghost.
I mean, listen, a gig's a gig. I mean, I'll take the gig
That's
if,
true,
if
I'll
it's
take
presented to me, But I'm just, if I consider myself a serious, newsman,
You're not going to be
it's
taken seriously after
just-
that.
It's just like,
Your
come on,
career in
guys.
news is over after
Listen,
that.
you can't get the rookie to do this. Like, come on. It's like I'm trying to interview, somebody, one of the Royals.
That's your. We break into the business, and that's your. All right, Mr. Fairfax, we got the first interview for you right now. Here she is, and you're just.
Just like,
You take-
It's like, is there a pet show that I could come to or something like that?
Is there a squirrel that learned how to ride a skateboard that I could cover? Like, is this necessary?
Right, exactly.
But you're right. There are crazy people out there. That woman did fucking marry a ghost, and yeah, that would have happened though immediately. As soon as we colonize deep space, or like we go in there and we make I've said for years, contact with other species. I'm like, it's only a month. I give it a month before everybody starts fucking.
Well, I mean, speaking of hot aliens, did you see Ahsoka Katan in the new Mandalorian?
I don't like Star Wars. I think
No,
it's bullshit.
The Mandalorian.
All Star Wars is
Oh, you said all Star Wars is bullshit. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Oh no, it's the best show.
What's
That
her
episode was awesome.
What's her real name? It is
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, she played a great older Ahsoka Katan.
I'm
Yeah,
not a nerd too deep. Did you watch Rebels? Any of the animated
Yeah,
shit?
mhm.
So it's all connected.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's just so really cool, man.
yeah.
And I hate Jedi. I fucking hate Jedis. They're the worst people on the planet.
All right.
Really? Oh, come on. They steal children. They cheat.
They don't steal younglings. They mentor them to help hone their skill.
Yes, and then they are killed by an angry young boy.
Yeah. So you can't like the dark side.
I know. Well, the dark side is if you like anything, you can't be a Jedi White because it'll make you a bad person. If you love anything, you can't have anything. And it's like real issues with that. I'm just like, so you can't, like, being void of emotion is not like a good thing. I'm always like, that's not the path and the way to enlightenment.
No, it's just like they're kind of almost like eunuchs to some extent because they removed all temptation.
Yeah, but also it's just it doesn't come across like it never.
And you're allowed to have a wife and shit.
Are you? I thought they
pretty sure
did Anakin get married in secret?
I'm pretty sure there were Jedi that had kids. I'm 95% sure that there were Jedi that had
I
children.
thought there was a whole big thing in the prequels about the fact that you have emotions for him and he can't have any emotions.
Yeah, but they've been changing those movies up a lot. They've been tinkering.
You mean tinkering? You mean just being like, they're over there, they're far away, no one gives a shit.
Yeah, they've just been, it's pretty wild. Yeah.
Because they fuck it up with the movies every time, in my opinion. Even these new ones, right? Even these new ones. I thought they were cool. Like the first one,
Visually appealing. Yeah.
yeah, the first one was Force Awakens, right?
Yeah.
Cool movie. Basically, just New Hope, right?
Okay.
Basically, just same plot line, same kind of rehash. And then you get Last Jedi. Rain Johnson decides to go in and tell J.J. Abrams to go fuck himself. In every scene, he's like, "Hey, everything you did, guess what? Fuck you. It's gone. This guy dead. This girl, her life means nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, fresh, clean slate.
It was a real shootout.
It was a real shootout. I actually really like that movie because I'm like, a lot of fucked up things happen. And I was like, this is Empire. This is what the second movie should be. And they had that awesome hyperspace scene. And then they get to fucking the third one. And there's like a whole movie that none of us watched where they're like, the Emperor's back. I'm like, when the fuck did this happen? When in any of this, there's a whole movie that we didn't watch. There's an episode fucking, was it 9.5 that we never saw?
I mean, but they do that when they flip flop shit, just like like Halloween. Like they've done things in the Halloween movies where they've just
only recently with that though.
Yeah, there's just like, oh, we're gonna negate that this Halloween even happened.
Well, that was a new one.
Yeah, it's
Danny
like
McBride was like, we're only going to sequelize the first movie, and every other Halloween didn't happen.
It's just like, oh, okay. Well,
It is like a weird shortcut that like fans,
that a lot of movies seem to be doing. I feel like
it's popular. It's the new, because you know why? It's not a reboot. It's now the new way of doing a reboot without it actually being a reboot.
Very true.
It's a way of being, I'm doing a sequel. It's just fine because if it works, I fucking love the Halloween movie. You know what I mean? I didn't think, because Creed 2 even. I loved Creed 2, but it's basically a sequel to Rocky 4.
I mean, it's still good. I mean, that
I
doesn't
love
change whether
Creed
the fact it's a good movie or not. I
But
guess
it's basically it's a follow up to that Rocky movie.
Right.
It's all about that. The movie rules. But you're right, man. Like everybody, that's a new thing to do. They're like, no. we're not going to sequelize the bad one. We're only going to sequelize the good one.
Right, understandable. Yeah.
Like if we brought a movie, if you and I brought a movie to Paramount, we're only going to sequelize Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, but none of the other ones happened.
Yeah, I'm sad they said they replaced Johnny Depp on that.
What are your feelings on all this? I've been reading a lot about Johnny Depp lately.
I mean, somebody swindled him out of a lot of money.
Yeah, he got
a lot
his
of
accountants
money.
fucked him over. He apparently. That's why I don't feel bad because I know he got paid for a day on the set of Fantastic Beasts. He got paid a couple million.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
also I feel like if he doesn't get this money, then he's not gonna have anything. I feel like he's
he's probably close to his lifestyle. It's no more furly jackets and whatnot for a
he's
while.
dangerous. Luckily, he's got friends like Marilyn Manson and Alice Cooper, I guess, in a band.
Yeah, they'll probably look out for him. I mean,
It's just Johnny Depp, man. I don't know. I just like wine. It's everything.
let's get a tattoo and buy some more rings.
He is the coolest person to look at. I get it.
I feel like he'd be horrible to hang out with.
I feel like he'd be horrible to hang out with past 3 o'clock. I feel like he's definitely a great lunch guy.
I feel like he's always trying to tell you some philosophical bullshit that you're like Johnny, will you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, I feel like he always talks to you like he's a fucking college philosophy professor.
Yeah, he always has some profound knowledge about some shit that nobody gives a fuck about.
Well, the Aztecs believed that a stick in the bush counted only for 3 gods in the hand.
Yeah, it's
And I think that's a beautiful metaphor for the way that we rule our lives today.
How do you know that you're not an alien? Maybe I'm an alien.
He's
You're
kind of
an
like, if you did, he's so, and I love Johnny because people shit on him, but I'm like,
He's cool. He's cool. You know
good
what I mean?
actor too, man.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be a fun hang.
No, especially now that he's probably really depressed all the time.
Yeah,
Because you married a really hot girl. She turned out to be pretty fucking crazy. And then
but from her account, so is Depp.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I look at it like this. I think there are relationships that it's not necessarily either person's fault. They just, when they get together, they're the worst people in the entire world. And I think that's what it is. Also, Johnny Depp was on opiates.
All of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of
He
the
was
time.
on he was basically, was he smoking, he was chasing the dragon, right?
Yeah, I
It was
believe
wine
so.
and it was opium. Literally,
yeah.
not opiates, opium.
I mean, he had the creme de la creme of whatever,
That's rich people drug, man.
Yeah,
That's
well,
more than pills. That's
I mean, the concoction that Michael Jackson was on and Prince was pretty wild. Yeah, they were on some just.
It's always weird that they release toxicology reports to the public now, but I remember seeing Prince's and being like, how the fuck did this guy walk around?
It's
Because he performed up until the day, the month before he died, I think, or something like that. Because he was doing those private Paisley Park shows for forever.
It costs money to be pretty,
I mean, he's probably a good-looking corpse. He was a pretty man.
Yeah, that was Prince dying hurt my feelings.
That honestly, I loved Prince. I had Crystal Ball, the album Crystal Ball. I found it in a vintage shop.
Nice.
That was my first Prince album.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, I just was. I was looking for different music in a vintage shop, down on Sag Harbor, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I just saw it looked really cool. So it wasn't Purple Rain. I didn't see the movie. It was that album, which is why people are like, it's not his best. I'm like, yeah, but it was the first one I listened to, and that's always my Prince credit because nobody fucking knows about Crystal Ball.
Very true. Yeah,
Very few people. Everybody knows about Purple Rain, Sign of the Times, 1999.
Did you ever see the movie Purple Rain?
Yeah, fucking. I gotta go purify myself in the lake of Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah, Prince didn't treat women necessarily well.
No, he definitely sex object the shit out.
I don't think neither did Morris Day none of them did.
Oh, the greatest band in the world?
Yeah.
Come on, man, motherfucking time. Of course
Everybody do the bird.
But that was that. Oh man, that's that fucking awesome. That was that funk revival that really Prince championed in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because it was it goes like this. Black people discovered rock and roll. White people stole it from them and made it really famous. And then they had this great funk revival that lasted. That was the only thing that lasted out of the 70s with disco, was all the funk and all that stuff. It found a place in the 80s with people like Prince and everything and Morris Day in the time. And quite frankly, the whiter version is Huey Lewis and the News. But that's all basically different kinds of funk.
Yeah, I mean, it had its time. I mean, it was zoot suits and just,
the zoot suits, yeah.
dancing. And it's fun music, just it doesn't stand the test of time.
What's your favorite Prince album? Or song?
Purple Rain. Darling Nikki.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking, yeah.
Yeah, probably Darling Nikki.
I like that. I like, I'm always I love Purple Rain, but I'm a sucker for, off the self-titled Symbol album.
Yeah.
My Name is Prince. It's just that song thumps.
Yeah, I mean, listen, one of the most talented guitarists you ever like. He probably doesn't get his due, but probably a top 5 guitarist.
He played like 21 different instruments, I think.
Yeah,
like I remember watching him in an interview when he was like 21. He's always very soft spoken.
Yeah.
And then like he was just like, I play 21 different instruments. He made whole albums by himself. I remember hearing the Kevin Smith thing about how he had like a vault with stuff that we've never even seen or heard.
Yeah, they have him unreleased. They put out. Yeah.
Imagine I said
Yeah, he made a ton of music he didn't release. Yeah.
He's like, and they're like, you don't understand. Like, what do you mean? Like just tapes? Like, no, music videos, fully. There's a rumor that he's got like half a movie shot in there.
Probably. I mean, he always had the money, so they probably, and anybody he needed a favor from, they would just do.
Yeah. Also, the rumor, not rumor, it was true. Like his whole mansion was wired to record. So if you just felt like taking a shit and writing When Doves Cry, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard of many rumors about that place.
See, that rock star doesn't exist anymore. That is.
Well, the times have changed.
It's sign of the times.
Yeah, so
What
like,
can I
just
say?
like now we're in 2020, gigs are dried up. I mean, speaking of which, yeah, we could wrap this one. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah. I don't think I'm allowed to.
Oh, I understandable.
Wait, I almost did. I was like, I have to edit that out.
Well, yeah.
No, I don't have anything coming up.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've like I said, the last thing was Mohegan Sun, and
Yeah, you said that's done for a while.
at least until the spring. You
Yeah,
got
I-
anything? Any Zoom? Anything?
Yeah, I got a Zoom show December 11th and 12th, and I think I got a backyard show coming up. I want to get to the city, maybe try to do a rooftop show here and there.
Me too. I mean, thinking of hitting up a couple.
It's getting pretty cold to be on a rooftop now, but we'll see how it goes.
Really, 60 degrees out today.
Well, you're very true. Yeah, and as I say that.
Global warming is real.
All right, so we'll wrap this one, and everybody tune in next week for another episode of Fairfax with Fairfax, and we're out.
Hello, friends. You're back with the Mystic, helping, healing, and trying to get everybody back in a state of love. Okay, today I'm live, and I'm on the phones with you, my friends. The cards telling me, driving me, getting to solutions so we can better be people. All right, so let's hit the phones right away. Okay, here, let me see. Oh, okay. Caller number 1, you're on with the Mystic.
Yo, what's going on? My name's Rashad. Hello, the Mystic, you already know.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Acknowledges you, and he wants to hear your pain. Go ahead, speak.
Yo, so basically, I've been feeling a little inadequate in bed with my lady. I was wondering if you had any cards, if the cards can tell me what I can do to help spice up that sexual, tension between me and my girl.
Friend, you came to the right place. Let me talk to the cards and see what they say. Okay, yes, that's it. Yes, very telling. Whoa, that could be dangerous. Okay, yeah, we got it here. Okay, so what she wants from you is a little bit more than you're doing. Okay, do you go down on your girl?
I do.
But
A
what
little
you-
bit. Not too much, though.
See, that's the problem there. There's a space in between her butt and her poom poom, and she's gonna need you to start licking that space in between her butt and her poom poom. Okay, that is what the cards are telling me. Yes.
Like, wait, what the fuck? Are you kidding me right now? How the fuck does the king, queen, jack, and a 10 of diamonds tell me to go down on my girl like that? What are you talking about?
Motherfucker, you trying to get laid or what?
Motherfucker, of course you're trying to get fucking laid. You fucking crazy?
All right, you know what? O has concluded his phone call with that gentleman because I know the cards have already spoken to him, and the cards are going to be good to him in the future. So this is O signing out once again. Later, friends.